Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over a cool program that uses a DIY rubber ducky to steal files. The USB rubber ducky is a Hack 5 invention, and pretends to be a keyboard and mouse in order to perpetrate attacks, such as implementing backdoors. However, these devices can cost over $50. Because of that, you can use an Arduino Pro Micro and a USB to micro USB adapter to make your own rubber ducky. I'm not going to be doing a separate video on how to make the DIY USB rubber ducky, as Satonic's already done one. Basically, you use the keyboard and mouse libraries to make the Arduino pretend to be a keyboard, and then use it to inject keystrokes. In this case, we're going to be using it to exfiltrate important files. Our target is going to be the Documents folder, because a lot of the time, in corporate environments, that is where the important files are. First off, I'm going to give credit where it's due. I got this idea from Hack 5, and most of the PowerShell code came from them as well. I'm porting it over to the Pro Micro Ducky, and simplifying it a bit. Personally, I'm terrible at DOS scripting, so I borrowed a bit of their work. I highly recommend you watch their video though. It's pretty good, although a bit long. So, what are you going to need for this tutorial? You will need an Arduino Pro Micro, USB adapter, and a second USB drive, and quite a bit of patience. Unfortunately, we have to use a second USB drive to move the files onto. There really isn't any way around this, short of buying an actual Ducky and modifying the firmware on that. The way Darren and Shannon did it was to execute a one-liner on the Ducky that executed another script, which called two other scripts, one of which would clear the history of the run command, the other would copy the files. Again, if you feel like you want more explanation, watch the video. The first step in repeating this is cloning the GitHub repository that I made, which helpfully includes all the files you would need to do this. Now, let's open the .ini file in an Arduino IDE and flash it to our Arduino Pro Micro. This is what would normally go in the Ducky, but I've converted it to Arduino code. Now let's copy d.cmd, e.cmd, i.vbs, and the slurp directory over to our flash drive. Don't forget to rename the device to _, as that's the indicator that the program needs in order to flash the files over to it. Those three files are what's going to do the heavy lifting and moving the files over, and the slurp directory is where they will go, along with their own directory labeled by machine name, date, and time. Now that it's all set up, let's test it out. Plug the flash drive in first, and then plug the Arduino in. If your machine has a caps lock indicator, you should see it blink once to indicate that the program is starting to run, and then blink again to indicate that it's finished. That's it. Now you can pull the drive in Arduino out of the computer and walk away. Then go back to your computer later and check out the stolen text and PDF files. If you want to add other types of files to copy, you only have to copy and modify one line in e.cmd. Other files of interest would be docs, XLS or Excel files, and PPTX, or PowerPoint extensions. These are common in business locations, which is the most common use case scenario of this device. Well, that concludes this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay tuned for future content. If you haven't already, check out my series on Space Hunt's Deauthor 2.0, which allows you to deauth, or in layman's terms, jam, Wi-Fi. I'll see you guys in the next one.